this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Lions 3, Bears 0.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Swift. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 37. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a run with Moss. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Britt. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. No move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try it now with Swift. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further. He's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read. Enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The pass.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And it's third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Fourth down.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Lions to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. From the gun, Britt, and he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Now a carry for Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Swift, the ball carrier.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed
Of light-colored jerseys.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Operating from the gun. Britt, hard throw, incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Foster. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Number 38, the ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 53 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
The pass.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the run, it's Foster. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers.
2. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, Chicago.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8.
The pass.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
4-yard gain.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Bears nothing.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. A shotgun handoff now. Foster. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
10. Bears 3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 21-yard line.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Running is Swift.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and
from the gun on 3rd down. Brett, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Jack Fox now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
a loss of 9 yards.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Britt. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Off the play fake. Britt. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Complete.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
This is Foster. Foster loses the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. The 40. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Julian Okwara
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off play action. Britt.
Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Britt. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Brings up 4th down, solid coverage by the Bears D.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The kick is,
and Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll throw now on the final play.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our two games later today. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second.
Looking to throw on second down. Britt. And bringing it in right side here. Beckham. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Britt. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
At their own 27-yard.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Ball carrier.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. A good pickup there, 22.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they hand to Foster. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Meeks. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. First down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Britt. They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's Moss, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
The ball carrier.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
From the gun, Britt, open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Going with Moss on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Ball carrier. The tackle made by Mike Hilton. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
operating from the gun. Britt. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, Britt. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. First and 10. Britt Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Off the play fake. Britt. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter. Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do. No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer. Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta. That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The throw over the middle, taken in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Odell Beckham on the return. The Lions take over.
Out comes his field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well. Mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
At the 20-yard line.
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run a draw now with Moss. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Moss.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
22-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Britt. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Britt. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw on 3rd down. Britt, a bullet throw, but incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're on to the 4th
4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he's taken down inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And the Bears first down.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
To number 81. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Lions' 25-yard line.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Foster. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A running play there going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Off play action. Britt. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pick.
Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
the play fake. Britt. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Off-play action. Britt. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Britt. Catch made here by Campbell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The tackle made by Mike Hilton. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down. Britt. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got an open man. It's Foster. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
keeps the score Lions 27, Bears 17.
Detroit getting set to go now. And even with the missed field goal that we just saw, they still have to try and erase a 2-score fourth-quarter deficit. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll run on first down. Moss. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again here with Moss. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, Britt, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 22. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Britt. And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Roquan Smith. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
Makes the score Lions 30. Bears 17.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they'll go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Right back to Moss. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. From the gun on 3rd down. Britt. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Defensively by Jeff Okuda.
Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Lions 30.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Lions, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.